You want to do your thing?
Yes, sir. All right. So this week we watched Thor: Love and Thunder, of course, by Disney Marvel, directed by Taika Waititi, starring Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tessa Thompson, and even Christian Bale. Um, this is our non-spoiler review. We'll get into spoilers pretty soon. What are your general thoughts, Edward?
I didn't like it.
That's
I
all
don't
you
know
got?
how else to describe it other than I really didn't enjoy it. It
Me,
was really disappointing.
me no like movie weird.
Movie vibes broke. Vibe machine broke.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to dive into cons. First, you know the drill. Talk about what's bad about this movie first.
Oh, you didn't like the movie either?
Nope.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page here. I feel like if Anthony was here, he would have loved this movie.
I don't think I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't think it's good either. I'm in between.
I think it's bordering on the line of bad and
Yeah.
not close to being good.
I'm very mixed on this, but what's your first con? Let's get into talk about this.
The tone is really, really weird in this movie.
Oh yeah.
They can't decide if they want to be an old school 80s movie, an upbeat action movie, or a really depressing, sad movie. Like it's like a constant just jumping between three different tones every at least twice in every scene, and it doesn't work well. Like, it doesn't feel consistent. It doesn't feel like it's getting across the message that it wants to, and it makes it just come off as like a big cheese ball of shitness.
And I think the biggest culprit of this was any scene that Gore's in. Gore the God Butcher, because he's like very serious. He's a very serious character who has strict ambitions and goals. Like, he knows exactly what he wants to do, whereas his counterparts are just like comedic goofballs.
Yeah. Just do whatever the hell they feel like.
So it really throws it off. Which even like villains could make like witty remarks and stuff, but he's just not that kind of villain. He's very serious about what he wants.
Yeah, and I mean, it would make sense if the whole movie was like that. Like, it would make sense for Thor, after what happened in Endgame, to be a lot more, more focused, or like still kind of like depressed and like still coming to terms with everything. But you just don't get that. You just get a fucking lollygagging, goofy Thor this whole time. He's like, haha, yeah, all my family died, but it's okay because I got a god bod.
And I'll tell you this too. It legit felt like every single line of his was a joke.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately. I don't remember maybe one or two serious lines.
Bro, they even made Stormbreaker a stupid character.
I thought that joke was funny the first time, but after that I was like, all right, you can stop. You can stop, please. You can stop. And it just kept going and going. And I get this is a Taika Waititi style. He had all like creative control, and he's a very he could be a comedic director. We've seen that with like Thor Ragnarok and stuff. But there comes a point where it's just like super unnecessary.
Yeah.
You got really dark.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. But I guess we can talk about
Pros.
Yeah, pros. I was gonna say I don't really know what else to say, but that's not like a spoiler. But what's your first pro?
I was kind of worried going into it that the suit would feel super overdone and like gross looking. Actually,
Thor's?
Yeah, Thor's. But his suit, actually, like seeing it like in action and stuff, it actually didn't look bad. It actually looked pretty good.
And like always, I think in accordance with like the costume design and stuff, I thought the visuals were pretty solid. I really enjoyed seeing their use of the whole color spectrum, especially like when they had the black and white filter. I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, back to you. What are the two?
It sounds like we ran out of stuff to say. So, would you recommend, Noah?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go back. I thought we were gonna go back and forth.
No, I really don't. I have all that much.
Really? Okay, well, I guess I can just shout out to Christian Bale and Natalie Portman. I feel like they're the only ones that really took the movie serious, and that they did great in their roles, in my opinion.
I agree. Christian Bale played a really good villain. I wish he was one of the villains they kept alive.
That's a spoiler.
Everyone knows Marvel kills their villains. Name one Marvel villain that's still alive. That's not horribly disfigured.
Loki.
But his actual Loki is dead.
I guess that's fair. Kingpin.
He got shot in the eyeball.
Oh, he did. Wanda.
Just she had a dark temple crumble on her head.
I think she's alive though.
I think so too, but as of now, she's dead.
And I guess, yeah, no, he's right. I think that's all I'm really gonna say. Because everything else is kind of a con and it's more spoiler territory. But I would only recommend if you're like a big Marvel fan. I do think it's an entertaining movie. Like it'll keep you entertained if that's all you're looking for. But if you're looking for like a good cohesive story, you might not find it here.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good brain shutdown film. Not so great. What is it? Character analysis film. It did a lot of these characters dirty.
Yeah, pretty much. But on that note, we're going to get right into spoilers. If y'all are leaving, say hi to your mom for us and check the links in our description, or leave it if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen. Make sure you leave a rating and a like, and a review, of course. Whatever, good, bad, because we really want to. Every week we want to try and get a reviewer's review and read it. Any criticism or any positive things you want to say. Anything else?
No, I just really want to say, God, I'm glad they killed off Thor. Fuck.
Thor was a bitch. No, I'll start with this with the cons.
I'm not wrong, am I?
Oh my gosh. I want to start off with this with Thor. It makes me so mad that they're using this character, and Ragnarok was an exception that he's like comedic, is because he's going through a lot of grief, so he's using comedy.
That was his way, yeah.
But in this one, they tell you in the beginning, oh, he gets in shape, he's starting to feel better, like the Guardians have helped him, blah blah blah, and he's not the badass Thor anymore. He's just some
like comedic shell of himself.
Yeah, and even then, all the gods are fucking trying to be all funny too, and it's like, no, a lot of these gods were very serious in the mythology. I
was astounded that they made 2 orgy jokes. I absolutely blew my mind.
Me too.
I was like, what the fuck? They can't say that in a Marvel movie.
I was like, no way. It's okay. The kids probably do not even know what the word is. And I'll go back to the tone thing too. The biggest proponent of this that I thought was the very first scene, which beautiful intro scene. I love the intro scene with Gore and Christian Bale. But when he went to go find his sun god or whatever, and he's being all serious, like, I worship you, like, you're so, like, me and my people always worshipped you. We died for you, and we finally found you. Like, please help, and blah blah blah. And then the god is just all laughing and having a joke about it. That's to me where the tonal shift. I really felt it. That's where I knew. Yeah. I was like, oh no, they're not gonna have a good tone, great. Are they? Yeah, like already, all right off the bat. Which I'll go back to Gore too. I really wish Gore was in it a lot more than he was. I wish they at least showed like him killing other gods. They showed one,
Me too.
And then they were just like, "Oh, this guy just killed all the gods. We need to go stop him."
Dude, I feel like he literally got like 20 minutes of screen time, and that was it. I'm actually gonna look this up.
And then I was also reading up on this movie. Christian Bale said they cut out a lot of stuff that could have been used, like with him. Well, how the fuck do you cut out Christian Bale content?
Right?
It's ridiculous.
How much screen time did Gore the God Butcher have?
It's gonna say not enough. Can we also talk about how every Marvel movie now, or not everyone, but like most of them now, are using a plot device?
Yeah, they didn't have it. They didn't put an exact screen time, but it literally said that they just feel like this was a one villain that could use way more.
I think he would have been a top 5 villain if he had more screen time.
Honestly, because I feel like them not giving him enough screen time made him a very weak villain because you really didn't see him do anything.
Yeah.
So you really couldn't understand how strong he was.
And
Because basically every time he met Thor, I don't think Thor was really in danger up until the very last scene. But by then it was too late for us to be like, he might actually kill him this time, you know?
yeah, and even then, you don't feel the impact of what he's done around the universe or whatever, wherever they're at.
Exactly. They show you like one big behemoth that he killed, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's a rat."
I think it would have been sick if like he killed Zeus or something, because that would have been a big deal.
That would have been fucking sick. Like have Zeus be like, "Nah, don't worry about him," and then he just shows up and just wow. I was expecting him to show up to that place and just go to town. I was really hoping that's what would happen. That was wasted potential. That's what should have happened. He should have just showed up and just started slicing and dicing.
And by them saying that, oh, Gore killed like, what was it, like 1,500 gods already, like we need to stop him, instead of showing
That's
like a
not
montage. Instead of like a montage of him going and killing all these gods. You know what I mean?
And if you just watched our latest video that actually hasn't uploaded because I've been slacking, I can't even talk about it now because I forgot to upload it.
You can talk about it. It's okay.
No, well, no one's seen it, so well, if you're seeing this after the fact,
The Doctor Strange video.
yes, we react to like the issues with Doctor Strange, and one of their issues is they did a lot of tell and not show, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of watching a movie because a movie is more of a show don't tell. And this one did basically the exact same thing, where they just had a lot of big words come out of people's mouths instead of actually showing them doing crazy shit. They basically just had to hype them up with words. They're just like, "Oh, this is Necro Sword, bro. I ain't fucking with that." Instead of showing Gore like just going to town on some people he has no business killing, you know?
Yeah, which really, oh gosh, I can't say enough how much it freaking sucks that they wasted Christian Bale's potential. And then
got his bag though.
And then shout out to him. And then actually I'll pass it to you. I won't say too much on my end.
I feel like we're on the same wavelength, so
Okay. I wanted to talk about the ending with Gore.
bro, that might have been the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
And so I've heard the argument, oh, bro, but it's because he was cursed by the sword. Once the sword broke, he was like back to normal. But even when the sword broke, he still went to eternity. He was still thinking about it, bro. So why would he just stop there? Because he kind of, in a way, he blames the gods for his daughter dying too. So you know what I mean? Well, and then I was saying, why the fuck would he trust a god to raise his daughter after the fact?
Yeah, my issue wasn't that. My issue was I thought he was gonna just make Jane better so Thor could have the thing he loved, instead of Gore being like, "No, I'm gonna get the thing I love, but die, and it's your problem now, and you don't get the thing that you care about. So, fuck off."
I think it's to justify his like presence, because like if he died, dude, then nothing really happened in this movie.
Nothing did happen in this movie.
Well, leaving his daughter shows that, oh, you didn't watch Thor, bro. Like that's like he's in. You'll know who that is from. Thor
That gave me Kratos and Boy vibes at the end, but like the knockoff Walmart version.
Their names are Love and Thunder. Like what the fuck was that?
Bro, that shit pissed me off. I was like,
no,
bro.
Really?
It's the corniest shit I've ever fucking witnessed. I do respect Korg for getting it on with Dwayne. That shit did make me laugh, bro. Out of all the shitty jokes in that movie, that one fucking got me.
It would have been funny as fuck if Dwayne looked like The Rock and he's like legit a rock monster.
They did make the rock monster look like Dwayne.
No, it didn't. He had like this mustache.
Oh yeah, he did, huh? He had like the Hulk Hogan mustache of all things.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I dig that. But I also appreciate Chris Hemsworth's daughter stepping in to that role because that was pretty cool.
Me too. That was pretty cool to see. But
See them together.
that bitch shouldn't have been in that goddamn movie.
No, and
She should have been like the death, and then she should have never been brought back.
and then we can also talk about freaking Jane's cancer treatment, which is like really like it's a sad story point, but then it's hard to be sad about it when there's so many damn jokes.
My issue was Jane Foster had been literally just a non-factor in the entirety of the MCU this entire time. You bring her back, hype her up like she's going to actually be important, and then just kill her. And I was like, damn, bro, that's a fucking waste of everyone's goddamn time.
It's probably because Natalie Portman is an older actress and they don't want to bring her.
Well, yes, but at that point, I would have just rather them not include her in anything anymore and just leave it at that instead of bring her back, waste our time, and then kill her.
Well, it's because also...
Which further proves the point that Thor loses everyone he cares about.
And the whole thing with, like, him trying to find his identity, his footing again, that's been going on for, like, 3 fucking movies, dude. Like, close
it's
it
his
up
whole
already.
character arc, bro. From the first Thor, he's like, I don't know who I am. I'm worthy. I know who I am. I don't know who I am. I'm worthy
hammer.
Still.
I lost the hammer.
Oh, the hammer
Kane.
died. Don't know what
Loki.
to do now. There goes my dad. Aw, shit.
Which is totally fine, but when you set up this movie, especially from the beginning, showing that he's finally learning and then he doesn't, like he's still struggling with it, it's like
I can't be the only one that was really annoyed by the fucking goats too, right?
I was. As soon as I heard
the first scene, I was like, all right, that's funny. And then they just kept going. And I was like, bro, please shut the fuck up already, bro.
For the love of God.
Please shut the hell up.
I was more annoyed that it was a knockoff of the meme.
Me too.
Like I was
hoping to get a good Wilhelm scream in there too, but that never happened.
No. Okay. We're just gonna slide right into our pros. We think we've done enough dogging on this movie. So Edward, where do you want to start?
Yeah.
What?
No, God, I don't know why, but like lightning effects are always like just the coolest things ever on the planet to me, which is why I love Thor so much, because whenever we go see a movie, it's just nothing but badass fucking lightning, thunder, all that going on at once, and it just like it makes my little like VFX brain just happy because I just love seeing that.
I love seeing them raise the hammer of Mjolnir and just.
Man, that was another one of my cons, but it's too late to go back.
I think it's badass.
I thought it was the dumbest shit how easily Mjolnir came back.
Oh, just because of her?
Yeah, she just showed up and was like, all right, we're back.
All right, guys, I'm back here. Yeah.
It was like, fuck Thor. Plot convenience. We need Mjolnir back.
Plot convenience. Which, that kind of... I was going to say my pro that I haven't said already. I really did like the action scenes. I thought the action scenes were pretty good. And I also always loved the Greek mythos.
I love the Greek mythos too. My favorite scene was when Thor just had an army of children going to fucking town on some shadow monsters, bro. That shit was sick as hell. I like the one that was like spitting with the teddy bear gave me like the laser baby vibes from The Boys.
What was the... Okay, but... the crazy thing about that's funny to me is Thor was like, all right, y'all have the power of Thor on your side. I'm like, you couldn't do that before, bro? At like any point in time with any other battle? If you had done that in Wakanda, bro, it would have been over.
Right? Like, imagine he just shows up to Wakanda, gives all the Wakandans the power of Thor. Infinity War doesn't happen. Endgame doesn't happen. Thanos' head gets cut off way before any of that happens.
Dude, Steve Rogers with the power of Thor. Iron Man with the power of Thor.
Bro, we already saw Steve Rogers with the power of Thor.
We saw him with the hammer, not with all the power and shit.
Bro, the hammer gives you the power of Thor. He just didn't take the suit.
I don't remember. I don't remember. He got all lightning and stuff? I don't remember.
Yeah, whoever wields Mjolnir gains the power of Thor. That's how it's written in the scripture, bro.
Well, apparently you get a suit too, but he didn't get a suit, so.
Cap declined. He said, nah, bro, I'll stay in my tattered ass, dirty ass suit.
This is for the real men. That's what he said. Like, straight up. But the only thing I have to say is the only scene I really, really liked, like, I thought was pretty good until the end of the scene. But I really enjoyed Jane and Thor talking on the boat and just going back on where they've been and where they're at now, and giving each other some advice. I really enjoyed that until they had to throw the little joke in at the end.
I know they couldn't just like let grown-ups have like a good, nice like dialogue, like catch up, reconcile. They just had to ruin it at the end. They just couldn't help themselves. They're like, that was a little too dark for these 7-year-olds watching the movie. Let's brighten it up.
Let's brighten it up. But that's really all I have to say for Thor: Love and Thunder, fourth Thor movie. Which, I'll be honest, I liked Ragnarok, but I really wasn't like, oh, this movie's really, really good. You know what I mean? I feel like I was the minority on that end. Like, it was really good, but I don't know. I feel like for me, Thor movies just don't click.
See, Thor Ragnarok was such a beautiful movie. It was so different that it just felt great and refreshing. But I feel like all the charming stuff about Thor Ragnarok, they like played it up times 100 and made it not charming and just really annoying.
They made it go downhill real fast.
Yeah, I feel like the quality is just not there.
On that note, we're going to go into our ratings. Edward, what do you give it?
I give it 5.5.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 6.5. Which is funny. I actually had it at a 7 before, or a 7.5 before we started talking. But then I realized more problems than before, so I was like, yeah, never mind.
Same. I don't know if you heard me start. I was about to say 7, then I went to 6 in my head, and I was like, no, it's a 5.5.
Which, we'll see who goes. It's going to be a big week, guys. We'll see who goes after us, who disagrees. Make sure you leave any comments if you disagree, because, we do read them. But on that note, say hi to your mouse for us. Make sure you follow us on all platforms, wherever you watch it. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, all our Instagrams, our social media handles are _Hangout_. If you're on YouTube,
you don't got to say that. It's all in the description on everywhere, bro. You don't got to go that hard, bro.
Even our merch shop is down there too, so get your hats for the summer. And say hi to your mom for us. See ya later.